Hi girls! So today we're going to be doing another review slash haul video for February. This is all stuff that I've gotten at Ulta over the past month. A lot of it is NYX stuff, and that is simply because NYX was on sale and I've been waiting to buy new NYX products until they went on sale. There's quite a bit of stuff, so I'm going to be breaking this up into two parts, and I'll put the link for part 2 in the info section, along with the link for my blog, where I'll have a list of all the products and the prices of them. So let's get started. First, we have the L'Oreal Voluminous Extra Volume Collagen Mascara. Now, I was originally going to get the regular Voluminous, which everybody talks about, but I thought the packaging looked really cheap and tacky, so I saw this. It seemed like basically the same thing to me, and the packaging was a lot nicer. I wasn't that impressed with this. I like my CoverGirl a lot better. It just didn't provide the thickness and the volume that my CoverGirl does. But I still probably am going to try out the regular Voluminous and see if that's any better. So this will be going back. Next, we have the Trendsetting in Tokyo Stila palette. It comes with 4 eyeshadows and a cream blush. I was horribly disappointed in this. I had specifically bought it for this blue color. I thought it was the perfect mix between an electric blue and a navy blue. It did not apply. It does not blend at all. It turns into a dark gray shade. It does not look this blue at all on. So I was really disappointed with that. Now the other colors work a little bit better and they're a little bit nicer, but they have a bit of shimmer in them, so that might be why. And I don't use cream blushes, and I have shades similar to all these, so this will most definitely be going back. Next, we have the Kiss Nail Artist Paint and Stencil Kit. So I tried the stencils on these just to see how they work. They're very hard to get to lay flat, and it made it difficult to paint. Once you do get them to lay flat, they are very easy to paint, but in all honesty, the designs are really tacky anyway, so I probably won't use any of them. I just didn't care for them. The paints I was a little bit concerned about. The brush is very, very thin and very long, so I thought it was going to be hard to control, but it actually works quite well. And they dry very quickly. They don't chip. I actually had them rubbing off before they chipped, so that was nice. They last a really long time. And I will most definitely be picking up some other sets of these. I really liked them. And they're a really good deal even if you don't use the stencils, because the paints themselves are $3.50 a piece, and the entire set is like $6.50. So still a good deal even if you don't use the crappy tacky stencils. Next, we have the NYX Glitter Mania, and this is in Disco Ball. Now, this is a gorgeous kind of silver reflective rainbow glitter. I really liked it. However, the packaging is horrible. The opening is too small to fit a brush in. I mean, look how tiny that is. And you can't pour any product in the lid and use the lid because the lid has this stopper thing in it. So you have to pour the product on a tabletop or a piece of paper or a palette or something like that, and then you can't get it back in if you poured out too much product. So I don't like that. I've been depotting it in these little vitamin containers. You can get these at the Container Store for $1, or they sell the big stacks of 7 with 2 lids for $2, I believe. Now, the glitter itself is a little bit finer than my Sally Girl glitter, and it is multicolored, which I like because the Sally Girl is only one tone, but it's also 3 times as much as my Sally Girl, and I get 3 times more in my Sally Girl, so another downside to it. Next, we have the Physicians Formula Powder Palette Multicolored Pressed Powder in Translucent. This is what it looks like. I have fallen in love with this powder. I adore it. It sets my makeup to the perfect finish. It's almost matte. but it does not look powdery at all. And the only issue I have with it is that you have to use the puff to apply it. You have to use the puff on there and pat it on and then buff it in with a brush, because the powder is too fine and the brush doesn't pick it up properly and distribute it. But the velour that it comes with is very nice, very high quality, so it ends up not being that big of an issue. I just am used to putting my powder on with a brush, so it took a little bit to get used to, but for the finish it gives, I will take it. It is gorgeous. It could use a little bit more oil control, but that's okay. I'm not fussing over it. Next, we have the NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder, and it looks like that. Now, I was originally getting this because I was trying to replace a Love and Beauty one that I have, which is Forever 21's brand. If you've ever bought anything from them, you know if you buy it once, you will never see it again. Mine is running low. This is not a good replacement for that. It is too dark for me, first of all, and I got it in 06, which is blonde. It was the lightest one they had. And the wax is very sticky and very, very shiny, and so I didn't care for that. So this will be going back. Next, we have the NYX eye pencil in 917, which is purple. Now, when I had bought this, I saw the tail end and thought it was going to be a really dark, sparkly purple, and I was really excited about it. Unfortunately, it turns up this really light purple. On top of that, I could not get it to apply on my waterline. So, since that's the purpose I bought it for, it really stunk. If you wanted to use it as an eyeshadow base or as an upper lid liner, I'm sure it would work fine. That's just not the purpose that I bought it for. And do note that it is much lighter than it seems on the end cap, which is something I also found out with their Dolly Pink lip liner, which is number 839. It looked like a really nice color on the end, but it comes out this super light Barbie pink. So it's still an amazing lip liner, and it is great for mixing with other colors. It just, based on the end cap, I thought it was going to be a little bit darker. But I still love it, and I think the color would be great for a costume look or something like that, for me personally. If you like lighter lipsticks, then you will love it, because it is still a gorgeous color. Next, we have the Studio Basics On The Go Retractable Eye Shading and Detailer Brush, which is this. Now, I was really excited when I saw the design of this. It has a great design, because I have this Studio Basics brush, which is another double-ended one, that I can't store anywhere, and I have to just set on my tabletop because it has no protecting. This has the protective end caps. And it also has these little covers for the bristles themselves so they don't get damaged. So that's nice. It comes with a fluffy flat shader brush and an angled fluffy shader brush. This little angled one is perfect for doing any kind of pinup look or anything like that where you need kind of a sharp curve. It works wonderfully for that. These brushes are the perfect density. They apply color and blend color at the same time wonderfully. And they're some of my favorite brushes, even though they're on the cheaper side of things. So I really love their brushes. Another NYX thing that I got was the Candy Glitter Liner, and I got it in 05, which is lavender, which is this blue, purple, greenish kind of color, and Disco Queen, which is this black multicolored kind of one. These, I really like that the liner itself is clear, so you only get the glitter, so you can apply it over a bright color or a black and just have that glitter, which is really neat. But I wasn't a big fan of the brushes. For some reason, the brushes in mine are all bent sideways, so I don't know if that's the way they design them or it's just a flaw in the ones that I got. So I don't like that. The brush is also very flimsy, so I wish it was a little bit more dense or sturdy, or made it just a little bit easier to get crisper lines. Next thing we have is the Maybelline Define-A-Brow Eyebrow Pencil, and this is in light blonde, which is number 647. Now, I've been a powder person ever since I started filling in my brows, and I noticed that a lot of people with very thin brows like me tend to use a pencil, and this one seemed to be a pretty regular one. I don't think this has made me a pencil convert. It is very hard, so you have to push to get a line. And I felt like I was constantly twisting it up, which means I'm using a lot of product and wasting a bunch of money, which I don't like. Now, I did get much better definition with a pencil versus the powder, but I like the powder better, and I think it's easier to work with. So this is not the pencil for me. I might keep trying though, try to find something that's a little bit creamier or works a little bit better for me. Next we have the NYX Jumbo Lip Pencil in Chaos, which is number 724. Now, I am not a big lipstick wearer, you guys know this, but this color is absolutely beautiful. It's like a tangerine and a pink mixed together. Is absolutely gorgeous. The formula is very, very creamy. I do own a couple of the NYX Jumbo Lip Pencils. They don't last very long, but sometimes to get that amount of color, you just live with it. So I do suggest this, and I think the color is amazing. Another color that I fell in love with is the Palladio Lip Stain in Orchard. This is a perfect, very light pinkish purple color. It is gorgeous. It is far more purple than it is pink. And in all honesty, it works just as well as any of my other marker type lip stains that I have, and the color is phenomenal. I have noticed that the applicator tends to pick up the most minute amount of foundation or powder, and then it doesn't work as well. So I would suggest taking a Q-tip and wiping off any powder or foundation you have on your lips before applying it. So another lip item, it's really weird, I normally don't buy many lip products, but I happen to this time, is the NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Dolly Pink. Now this is more of the color that I thought the Dolly Pink lip liner was going to be. See, there it is, right next to the Dolly Pink lip liner. That's the color I thought the Dolly Pink lip liner was going to be. These, I really like these glosses. They're not quite as lasting as my Infallible, but still a good 4 hours out of a gloss is really good. I love the color payoff on them. They have really good coloring, and they taste kind of like, or not taste, but they smell like mint bubblegum. So I really like that, and it's the mint bubblegum fusions, so it's very nice. Next we have the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Corrector. This stuff, I was really worried about it when I first swatched it because it seems super, super creamy. Now, when I first tried it and actually wore it, I was really impressed because it dries to a powder finish. Does not crease at all, and it lasts all day long. It also blends beautifully, and it covers amazingly. So, and it really makes your eyes feel refreshed. I have been using this for about 3 weeks, and you can barely tell I've done anything more than swatched it. So this pot will last you a long time, which is another big plus for me. So very, very happy with that. Highly, highly recommend this. And our last thing that we are going to do is the Nicole by OPI nail polish in One Less Lonely glitter. This is a beautiful purple glitter. It has big chunks of glitter and little chunks of glitter. My only complaint about it is their new Perfect Stroke brush, which is very short and fat. Makes it very hard to apply it and get it to go on evenly and nicely. So I'm not a fan of their Perfect Stroke brush, but definitely love the polish, and the way it looks on is just gorgeous. So definitely loving this. So that's all for part 1, and I will see you for part 2.